it looks like your new album, World Waits, is on the shelf now.
Yes.
So how's that working out for you so far?
So far so good. I actually have no idea how well it's selling or anything.
Yeah.
I don't really want to pay attention to that right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just been doing just touring as much as I possibly can, and hope to continue touring until it hopefully sells
Right.
really well.
So that's pretty much your focus right now is just the tour, or is there other things that you're trying to work on?
Well, right now it's just mainly just touring, trying to do like a world tour thing. I've already done 2 U.S. tours and a little bit of Europe, and I want to go to Europe here in next year in 2007.
Okay. Early in the year?
Yeah, like January.
Nice.
And then try to spread out to like Japan and Australia and just the whole world.
Right.
Egypt, if I can. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Everything possible, right?
Yeah.
Do you find that your music is more accepted in America, or no matter where you go, do you find bigger crowds in certain places?
It really depends on the place. It really depends on the city.
Yeah.
But I haven't experimented too much with Europe, or I do know that Spain it always does really well. London always does really well. And then like Chicago, New York, it's just various places.
Right.
Atlanta. But yeah, I guess it just depends on the buzz or something that's going on in each city. I really don't know. But
Now, do you notice that this time's a little bit different because you were here for Lollapalooza?
yeah.
So it's a little bit different this time around than it was back in, what was that, August?
Oh, it will be for sure because
Yeah.
it's a club. Everybody's here to everybody's gonna be coming tonight probably to see this.
Right.
Where Lollapalooza is just a festival and people really have no idea.
Right.
Who I am or whatever.
Okay. From what I read on the disc, it looks like you had a lot to do with producing this whole album. So, were there other things that you put on hold in your life in order to accomplish this? Or was it just already in the making?
Yeah, it's always something that I'm working on. Even if I'm not recording, I'm always writing songs but I don't really put my life on hold. If I feel like my morale is really low and I'm so wrapped up in recording, I will take a break and take a couple days off if I have to.
Okay. You're going a little bit different direction than you have in the past with past bands. It looks like it's a little bit more mellow now. Do you find that people are accepting of that, or are they looking for a little bit more power from you?
I think so far everybody has, their reactions have been positive. Like there's a core group of fans that have always been fans, and they sort of believe in whatever I'm doing. But there's also another side of fans that really just want Sunny Day Real Estate.
Oh yeah.
And they can't stop talking about it. But this is what I'm doing now,
Right.
and I tend to listen to the ones that want to hear what I'm doing now.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. What music inspires you?
Well, I mean, like specific bands and stuff. One newer band that I've just totally fallen in love with is The National. They have an album called Alligator. It's like my favorite record right now. Joanna Newsom just put out like a new record. It's sort of like folk, modern folk. She plays harp, and it's beautiful, soft, heartfelt music. David Gray, Life in Slow Motion. That's the name of the record. That's what I've been listening to a lot lately, and that's been nice.
Yeah. Is there anything that you listen to that might shock people?
That might shock people.
Yeah, it might be completely different from what they would place you.
Well, I mean, the one thing, and there really is no soundtrack for this. There it is on vinyl, but it's really hard to find. It's the Popeye soundtrack.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's written by Harry Nilsson.
Yeah.
Who's written a lot of hits in the past, and he's sort of an obscure guy, but he wrote the whole score for that film, and it's one of my favorite things ever.
That's really great to hear. Going way back, when did you first discover that you could sing, that this might be the life for you?
Well, I've always been singing since I was a kid. You know, my dad always played his records and stuff, and he'd always be singing along and get me to sing along. And, but it was probably when, around 1987, Joshua Tree came out, and a friend of mine for my birthday bought me the record. You know, U2, the Joshua Tree, and it blew my mind. And that is when I knew that I wanted to do it. And then I joined a band at the age of 13, you know, around that time, 13, 14, and I was a singer. And they, my friends in the band, basically let me know that it's actually possible to make music and to make good music. And so that was it.
Really?
You know, yeah.
Never look back.
Except for one point where I looked into joining the Peace Corps.
Yeah.
And then I realized that you actually had to take 4 years at least of college.
Oh, really?
I was like, no, I thought I could just go help.
Yeah, right.
But no, you actually have to go to like incredible amount of schooling to learn all the,
Really?
you know, irrigation or how to build a house or whatever type of thing you want. So I was like, well, no, okay, I'm gonna be a musician.
You know, if music hadn't worked out for you, where would you see yourself now?
Probably, you know, maybe be in the Peace Corps or something, or be a dishwasher or with a family.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Humble?
I guess.
Yeah. Is there any place in Chicago that you have to visit when you're here? Or any place that you may want to visit that you haven't had a chance to yet?
Not really. I mean, I think the only thing I really want to do when being on tour is laundry.
Okay. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And, you know, maybe go shopping or something, like clothes shopping. Or,
Yeah.
You know, which is...
The World Laundromat Tour.
Right.
That's fantastic.
I'd love to move here, though.
Yeah?
I have a lot of friends here, or a few friends, and I'd actually one day would like to possibly try it out for a year or something.
Yeah?
And every time I'm here, it's what I think that what I want to do. But, you know.
What makes it so different here than where you come from?
Well, I grew up in Seattle, so I've lived there my whole life. And this is a lot bigger of a city. Seattle is just really compact. You know, it's really super small. It's beautiful, but it's not a big city, and Chicago's a big city. And I think out of all the big cities, this is probably my favorite.